really about moms on a mission, and I think that's why we're all here today, because we're all trying to do the best that we can.
She came to me and she said, "Mom, there are girls in the United States that are being sexually exploited and sold for sex, and they're my age." Of course, I was one of the ones that believed that it was just happening over there, you know, that was just happening everywhere else but here. We have 3 cities that have the most trafficking in this country, and that would be San Diego, Los Angeles, and San Francisco. Prop 35 is so important because we need stronger laws.
The misconception about most of these girls is that they lack the will, or that they're not smart enough to keep themselves from being involved in this. And really that's not the case.
The average age of entry into prostitution is 14 years old.
There's so many lives that Prop 35 is going to save. There's so many lives that are on the streets and online that we don't even know about. And I'm not saying that trafficking can happen to everybody's child, but it can happen to anybody's child.
It's not a political issue, it's not a philosophical issue. It's a real issue that a homeless boy who ran away from home, his biggest fear isn't where he's going to get food that night or where he's going to sleep, but whether he's going to be trafficked.
We have the opportunity here to move California from worst to first in what we do in fighting trafficking online and off.
She doesn't just talk the talk, she walks the walk. And in my line of work, it's about getting it done. And when you get it done in my line of work, you're a rock star.
And the inflow of people who expected to be able to set up trafficking businesses online was stunning. Absolutely stunning.
So now we'd like to invite 2 survivors to come up and talk to all of you. They're going to tell you their stories.
My name is Leah Albright Bird. I am a 10-year survivor of sex trafficking and the founder of Bridges Dream, an anti-trafficking organization in Sacramento, California.
Unfortunately for me, my mother was my first exploiter. My mother traded me for heroin at 4 years old.
I spent 2 years of my life not being able to sleep in the dark, constantly thinking that someone was going to break into my home and rape me.
There are young people being trafficked on Sepulveda, young people being trafficked on Western, and all in San Diego, El Cajon Boulevard.
But unfortunately, you know, once you get out of the nightmare is not over. You still have a recovery process to experience.
Everyone in this room you don't know how important your one individual self can influence the community around you.
Unbelievable. Thank you so much for sharing your story and being so honest and appreciating all the moms we have here today.
He was a former gang member, but we wanted to give him a second chance because he said he wanted to turn his life around.
It's so important for men to stand up, because without men, I believe that things will not get done.
She's walking like she can't hardly walk. And they said, call us back when she's hurt. So what do I do? Call back when she's dead?
And I had to release my anger by giving this man forgiveness so that he don't have any more power over me.
The police and the DA told me, we know your daughter's a victim, but they still arrested her.
And so luckily we were able to rescue my daughter, who I found on the streets of Los Angeles in hardly any clothes. She had been beaten, tortured.
It's mind-blowing, and I can't tell you how honored I am to be here, just to be a part of this.
Prop 35 for us creates a very strong foundation, but it's just the beginning. We still have so much more work to do.
I am not defined by that label. I am not defined by being a hoe, a prostitute. That is not me. And I'm not just a victim, and I'm not just a survivor. I'm a thriver. I've come around.
We also need to engage people like me, citizens like me, like you.
Is there opposition to this? I mean, who could have proposed this? I'm thinking this is a no-brainer, right?
We have to be vigilant, and we have to be advocates. We cannot just be about the talk. Like she said with Jada, we have to do something, and we got to do it now, because they are dying.
Thank you for your passion, and just not just passion, but putting this in action.
And when you change the culture and you're no longer calling these children prostitutes, but you're recognizing that they're prostituted and that they're victims of crime,
I think the whole environment is more victim-centered in its response.
We have to tell our kids, and younger now. Average age of entry is 12 to 14. I've seen cases as young as 8 years old in my community. An 8-year-old boy in my community being exploited.
And we really want to thank all of you for being here.